What up, though? And welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. It's your boy, Curt Steele. Today is Wednesday, March 16th, 2022. It's Hump Day, baby. On deck for today's show, we give you the latest Detroit Lions news and rumors. We talk about the newest Detroit Lion wide receiver, DJ Chark. Daddy Chark, and how Detroit brought back some players that earned new contracts from last year's Prove It deals. We got your comment cards, Dessert with Curt, and much more. But first, let me bring in the crew. Ladies and gentlemen, he's your favorite player's favorite player. My man, LL Cool Toys. What's up, my dude?
What's up, Prowl Nation, and good morning.
And you know who he is, man. He is the defensive line coaching extraordinaire from the Jackson Northwest Mounties down there in Jackson, Michigan. It's who?
Coach Jones. Who is Coach Mike Jones? What's going on, Lion fans?
Let's get this thing started
Right now.
Let go.
It's Detroit Lions Talk, baby.
We're going to get up, and on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Yes, sir. We in the deep. Welcome back to the show, people. And like I said, he's your favorite player's favorite player, man. It's my man, LL Cool Toys, talking about the newest Detroit Lion. What you got, my man?
Well, as you guys told me, right when we got on this morning, I called it. I guess it worked out like that sometimes, but I looked at the free agent list and I said, we could probably do with a wide receiver like DJ Chark Jr. He was kind of under the radar, and things like that. A sneaky good player. He usually has, at least decent seasons for, his role in that offense. Last year was an injury-plagued year for him. He had only played in 4 games, but he had 7 receptions for 154 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, I do want to say this. Had I remembered that he had the ankle injury last year, I may not have mentioned his name, but, it happened, so it is what it is. And also, I don't really blame anything on last year. He let's say if his ankle injury that he could have came back, I can understand why he didn't. Jacksonville had a whole lot of things going on last year. But just overall picture for Mr. DJ Chark Jr., career-wise, he played in 43 games. He's had 147 receptions for 2,042 yards and 15 touchdowns. I guess we'll see what his role is going to be. I'm not even sure, what the time frame is of him coming back. I don't know if he'll be, week 1 or week beyond that. However it goes, I do expect him to contribute whenever he does come. I think he may not have a featuring role in our offense, maybe, but he'll definitely have some rotational. He'll get his targets. We'll get a fair amount of targets, probably. We also have another wide receiver coming off injury, and that's Quintez Cephas. So it may just be a competition type thing. Maybe may the best man win, and may our best wide receiver core shake out, because we have some other wide receiver news coming up a little bit later. So, but that's all I have on the latest Lion. Oh, well, that's not all I have. Shout out to my man Luke G. I was checking out the Luke G Field show last night while I was doing some work around the crib, and I like what he said about it, because that's exactly how I felt once I like when I heard it. We signed DJ Chark and I looked at it and everything. I said, well, so Luke G said, do I hate it? No. Do I love it? No. But I like it. I'm not going to say I don't like it, but I'll wait. I think this will probably work out for us. And I think I heard either you or Jim say this before, Curt. This may be a sign in that, let's say if he comes here and actually plays well or doesn't play well, but goes on to get a contract somewhere else, I believe he may bring us a compensatory pick or something like that, right? So maybe that's a part of this plan for our guy DJ Chark Jr. So what do you guys think about the latest line?
All right, so looking at Chark, you know how them kids say it. All right, so looking at Chark, man, Chark, when he's healthy, he's one of those guys. When healthy. However, if you look at a lot of guys' career, even Marvin Jones Jr., he was coming off an injury year when he came to Detroit, and look what he did when he came here. Sometimes a change of scenery is good. Now, am I drinking the Kool-Aid on DJ Chark? It may be a tiny sip, but if you look at the potential and the upside, and I know a lot of Lions fans we want Allen Robinson to come home. His comparable catch numbers and catch radius are similar. They had since 2019, they've had the most. They're tied for the most contested catches. If you look at his highlight film, he has speed and he can get down the field. And I think it's going to be his role here in Detroit. The guy's 6'3", he runs a 4.3 40. I know heard some Jacksonville, well, he didn't play to that speed. We can't play to that speed, you know what I'm saying, if you're off an injury. Coming out of LSU, guy was highly touted. That's why he was, drafted to where he was. I'm looking at his ceiling. He's only 25 years old. He's on a 1-year prove-it deal here in Detroit. If you look at the rest of the wide receiver market, we weren't going to pay that for Allen Robinson. You look at, we wasn't going to pay that for right now, Christian Kirk. I mean, we've all heard about that ridiculous deal he got down there in Jacksonville. And now they're trying to mortgage off some players, like they're releasing Miles Jack. And DJ Chark was one of those guys where he got out of the building and
to the deep.
Yeah. He's one of the, I think this is another prove it deal for me. And is it on the higher end of a prove it deal? Yes. But for what the wide receiver market is, it's about right where a prove it deal should be for the type of caliber and the ceiling, projected ceiling that he has. Right. We have a good coaching staff here. Randall L. can fix some issues. Now, he's had some issues. He's not perfect. He's had some drop issues. But to fix some things, we got a good coaching staff here, especially with Randall L., that can fix his route running, that can fix his catches, and some of those things can be worked out and fixed here in Detroit, where you look at it where he's not coming into a situation where we got some bum coaches, we got the coaching staff that can help fix his, all the things that's going on with him. And if you look at, I know that some people ain't gonna like this. If you look at Tracy Walker last season, right, and we're talking about the coaching staff, look at the difference the coaching staff made between Tracy Walker in the previous years and what Tracy Walker was last year. Led the team in tackles. They put him in the right positions. They put him as a box safety. He was lighting people up. He had a great second half of the season. The guy missed some games and still led the team in tackles. Had over a buck in tackles. So you look at the coaching staff, I think that was one of the things that's going to make Detroit a free agency stop for us. A lot of guys and think that Chark is one of the first guys that realizes what we have in Detroit. What you got, Coach Mike?
Yeah, man, Kurt, you said it all. Yeah, but you know what, man? DJ Chark was 25 years old. He's 25 years old, and he has 1,000-yard season under his belt. That alone is enough to, like, hey, I think it was like a $10 million 1-year guaranteed, $10 million, and maybe it can go to 12 with, some Disneynomics, But I think it's a good deal, man. DJ Chark is one of the guys that I was high on. I don't think that the ankle injury nowadays, I think he milked it a little bit because of the things that was going on in Jacksonville. So he milked that injury a little bit. He's like, nah, I don't think it's ready yet, boss. You know what I'm saying? So, but I was high on Chark. I actually had him on my fantasy team 2 years ago. And he got you some numbers. That boy did something. So I'm happy he in Detroit, and I think he'll do much like a guy who I got a topic on coming up soon. I think he's going to revitalize his career, and it shouldn't really be a revitalization because he's only 25. When you got 1,000-yard season and you're only 25. Yeah, I mean, and like I said, I would rather, like I told you guys in the chat, I would rather sign Chark coming off of injury than Allen Robinson coming off injury, because even though Allen Robinson is still younger, he's still longer in the tooth. So I would rather, I'd rather sign Chark, man. But I'm happy about it, because when you got DJ Chark, and I know with $10 million a year, he's gonna get a role. His role is inked out. So you got Chark on one side, you got Reynolds on the other side, you got a Monroe in the slot. Okay.
You working with a little something. We working with a little something.
Yeah. Jay Jizzle happy.
You know what I'm saying? You have LL, look at, and you have TJ Hawkinson coming back into the fold. My thing with the situation when we close it out here is you said it right, Coach Jones. Look at the crap show that was going on in Jacksonville last year, and you look at how his former coach Urban Meyer was just like dogging him in the media, and he's this and he ain't that, and blah blah blah. I mean, like, no, I'm not saying that, that type of, what do you call that? The negative, that try to get that negative reinforcement where you can get a guy to do stuff. That don't work with everybody. And you can do that as a college coach. A lot of times you can't do that as a pro coach because it ain't gonna go over well. These guys are making just as much money or more than you are. And you come in there talking trash to those guys. You see how it worked out for Matt Patricia. Look how it worked out for Bill O'Brien. Look out for all those former Belichickian coaches. That ain't working. It only works in New England. It don't work outside of that building. So, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want your coach all in your videos, you know what I'm saying? Talking crazy, dancing and carrying on, calling you a punk, come to Detroit, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how we're going to do it here in the Motor City. But you know what I'm saying? We're going to lift you up here, and we're going to make sure that you get, the coaching that you need. If you look at how this coaching staff, they motivate. Now, do they give tough love? Yes. But they also are teaching you and making sure that you are doing the right things. You look at these guys that came in last year and revitalized their careers or play well above what people thought they were going to do, like a Jerry Jacobs and an AJ Parker and all these guys. It's one of those things, man. We got that right coaching staff in Detroit, and I'm liking what we're doing, man. All right, so the family discussion topic for today. What do you think about the DJ Chark signing right here in the Motor City? So give us your thoughts on that, what you think about that, and put it in the comment cards. You know how we do it. We pick 6 of those things, 6 of them to go on the next show. So we gonna do some of that, man. If you like the content, man, like the video, share the video, comment on the videos, man. We on that march to 4K, baby. You know what you need to do, man. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, man. And it ain't gonna cost you a red cent. It's free. It's free. It's free 99 and 50 free cent to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, man, and be a Proud Nation. We, you know what I'm saying? It's all love. We all family right here. So that Proud Nation family is stronger. So go ahead and click that subscribe button and hit that thing and the notification bell so you know when you're getting fresh content from us right here. And all of those things help us get this content to more Lions fans just like yourself. Now it is time. Y'all know who he is. He is the rap battle master extraordinaire, our resident 8 Mile himself, my man, Coach Jones. What you got, my dude?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say my slogan, but I'm like, that's not good for YouTube subscribers. So I'm gonna keep that hush hush. So listen, man, something that made me happy yesterday was the signing of Charles Harris. I think we all know Charles Harris was our best guy up front. He had the most production. Even though he didn't start the first 2 games of the season, he came on and he did his thing. But let me go over this deal. It's 2 years, $14 million, which Disneynomics. He's actually going to be, I think, on a cap hit on the high end of 6.9-ish, 6.8-ish. I'm not sure exactly the particulars of how it goes, but this is also coming from the Pride of Detroit, Eric Schlitt. What's up, Eric? He's a friend of the show. But Harris, who actually his production last year after Romeo Core was lost, he produced 65 tackles, 10 for loss, 7.5 sacks, 16 QB hits, 2 forced fumbles, and he earned a 68.2 PFF grade out of 125 qualifying edge defenders, which puts him right in that high second tier guys. So that right there alone, he definitely proved his worth. Maybe if he would have started 2 games previous to that, he would have had just a little bit more. Maybe he would have crept into the back end of that first group. But Charles Harris is a very good signing, man. he's a guy like, hey, in Detroit, man, you working, you know what I'm saying? We want to keep you and you producing. And one thing that he said, well, I gotta get a comment that he said, but he said something along the lines of, hey, Detroit is where I want to be. Detroit is where it's at. I feel comfortable here. And you know, that's paraphrasing a little bit, but that is a far cry from Matt Patricia era, where guys was crying to go home. They was like, "Mama, come pick me up." You know what I'm saying? So, you know, what do you guys think about Charles Harris signing? Man, I'm happy. I'm good with that signing.
What you got, LL?
I'm good with it as long as we add additional pass rusher at some point, you know, in the draft or, you know, whatever wave of free agency. Just add, because we've all said on this program here, you can never have too many pass rushers. But welcome back, Charles Harris. He had a really good season last year. I like what the Lions are doing. I don't remember who, I believe, might have been Luke G again, who said the Lions are finally doing football like a football team. Yeah, I like it, and I've been saying that for however many years. We see different things. I say, why don't the Lions do stuff like that? And this is one of the things that they would do. Find a decent player. You know, normally this player will go on and go to help another team, but this time he's sticking around and he's gonna help with our build. So I like it. Welcome back, Charles Harris. And most importantly, this is the one thing that I really hated about the DJ Chark deal. I didn't really like the contract. I thought that was a whole lot for a guy coming off an injury. That like 10 guaranteed-ish. I thought that was a lot. I thought we could probably get him for a little bit cheaper, but I really like his deal. His deal helps us going forward. So his production is going to help us going forward, and his deal is going to help us going forward.
Yeah, I think the Chark signing, because I keep calling it Chark, the Chark signing was a projection deal, you know what I'm saying, based on potential and the ceiling, based off of, you know, like the 1,000-yard season he had, you know, when he was the number one receiver out there in Jacksonville. So I think that they're basing that kind of numbers off of, and like what the wide receiver market is calling for especially for veteran wide receivers, young veteran wide receivers. I think that was a decent signing. But with Charles Harris, man, prove it. You know what I'm saying? He took his prove it deal last year and he proved it, you know, and he maybe get another second prove it deal. If you look at the way contracts are, you know, constructed right now, it's probably going to be front loaded. He's going to get some bonus money this year. You know, his cap hit may be a little, you know, saying a little bit low. We got to get the details of the contract coming out, but it may be like where a Tracy Walker, where he got most of his money in a signing bonus, where his cap number is going to be lower this year, but he's earned that second contract. He earned a second, he earned a second prove it deal in Detroit. You look at his production and you look at what Detroit Lions are going next year. If we're looking at what Dan Campbell was saying, playing for more four-man fronts, he slides into that defensive end role. Because he had his hand in the dirt, you know, saying in the ground. That's when he did his most damage last year. Didn't do it, you know, saying standing up, you know, saying, you know, or in coverage, because he's struggling in that, you know. Everybody got the downfall. But, you know, to get after the quarterback and be a disruptor, he was that last year. A couple forced fumbles. I mean, the dude was back there. And one thing that did not stand out with him as far as the numbers, because you can't, I mean, PFF does it, but the quarterback pressures, the hurries and things of that nature, he had a lot of that during the season where he was a disruptor in the backfield a lot last year. So that's what I really like about Charles Harris. He played within himself and he elevated his game with with Romeo Okwara going out, and he stepped into that role and pretty much pulled a Romeo Okwara last year, you know, a little bit less sacks, but he pulled what Romeo Okwara did the previous year, where he, you know, came in and stepped his game up and really vitalized his career in Detroit. That's what my man Charles Harris did. Now you're going to have Romeo Okwara coming back from injury. You got Junior Okwara going to be playing edge rusher. You're going to add that, you know, third piece I think your fourth piece in the draft. We're going to have some more. You got to still remember, we still got Austin Brown on this team. We still got a few players that are on this roster that will be rotational players. I'm not saying that Austin Brown is going to be but if you look at him last year, once we figured out who the hell he was because he changed his number, he had a pretty good season as a rotational player as well. So I like what's going on that defensive side of the ball. You want guys that fit. Harris fits. And if you look at what we're doing, I like some of the pieces that we have. We're going to get younger. We're going to get better. We're going to get faster, and we're going to be more aggressive. And he's one of those guys that fit that mold for Detroit. So welcome back to the D, Charles Harris. Man, we appreciate you right here.
Hey, if you like this content, like it, share, subscribe, do all of that, man. Help us get this content out to more Lions fans like yourself. You can also go over to fanatics.com and click on the link in the description, get you some Lions gear, all of that, man. And I'm sure it's discounts right now because we're in the off season, so they got the change over. They're bringing in the new, they're pushing out the old. And also, man, if you want to, just check out all your favorite Lion content creators, go over to Lions Unite app and, and check us all out, man. We get a little bit more personal over there. We can kind of, got a little comments that, get a little sometimes, but, hey, check us all out, man. And what's up next up on the table, Curt?
All right, so y'all know what it is. Curt's up on deck, man. I will tell you this, man. I will not lie and say I was excited when the Lions signed Kaliff Raymond because I was like, man, who is this dude? He is mostly a return guy coming out of Tennessee, but in free agency last summer. However, the late, great Jim Bordeaux, we love you, Jim, came back from the Lions Family Day workout scrimmage last year at Ford Field, and all he could talk about how fast Raymond was and how bad Goff looked, because he did say that. But he was a bright spot.
See, man, I miss Jim, man. We need Jim back around here. We'd be hating Jared Goff like never before, man.
But he was a bright spot early on in the season before the sun got hit his stride, because y'all know his numbers kind of dropped off when Amon-Ra St. Brown, kind of hit that ground running that second half of the season. But he racked up 576 yards receiving. I don't think he had 100 as a career before that, and 4 touchdowns in the season, which I think he only had 1 touchdown for his whole career before last season. But where he shined the brightest was on special teams, man. He took 14 kick returns for 236 yards with an average of 11.2 yards per return, which ranked him 7th among NFL returners with at least 10 attempts. So you look where his really key role, I think, is going to be in the special teams as a returner with some spot duty at wide receiver. But you know what I'm saying? I'm glad he's back in Detroit. The young fella, the little fella, he definitely can scoot down the field. You look at this wide receiver room, you add him to that mix. You got Quintez Cephas coming back. We got Chark. We got Amon-Ra St. Brown. We got Josh Reynolds. We have a decent wide receiver room now. Coming back from last year, we was like, we ain't got no receivers. Well, we have a decent wide receiver room now. Yeah. Adding Reynolds back to the mix was a key thing. Chark is one of those guys. He's a deep threat. I think we still address it in the draft at some point, just because of the fact that you may get a young guy that we can draft, that we can sit on the bench and mature. Having Chark on the roster and Reynolds on the roster, we don't have to throw him to the wolves like we did Amon-Ra St. Brown last year. And you see how he struggled earlier in the season. That wasn't only on St. Brown though. That was also on the offense. As a whole. Play calling, quarterback play, but you see how it improved that second half of the season. And I think that if we keep doing things the way we did the second half of the season, don't become predictable and, able to, have some creative route running and route trees, when you can give some of these wide receivers a little bit more, freeway, so freelancing out there in the route, more option routes, where you can get guys, open in zones or, beat man coverage. I think we're going to be all right with this wide receiver crew. I think, Kaliff Raymond can come in with some spot duty. If, Amon-Ra is, he's burning them up and he needs to come in for a play or two, and he can come in and fit right in that role where he can step right in behind Amon-Ra St. Brown and do similar things. That dude's crazy fast, man, quick as a hiccup. But I'm glad he's back in Detroit, man. What do you guys think about Raymond coming back to the fold?
I like Raymond coming back. He was a playmaker for us, but the only thing is that I'm questioning, and it's not negative, but it's okay. So Raymond is the 5th wideout. He's going to be more of a special teamer. I understand that. So where does that put us in the draft for as a caliber of how high we're going to take a receiver? Because now that we have 5 guys who kind of got roles inked out in the offense, where do we get a Traylon Burks and kind of let him sit, for a year and maybe not put him on the scene as much, kind of like how we did Kenny Galladay.
I think that may
he's
be
the
the
same build. So, it's just interesting to see, if we're going to take a big body receiver or if we're going to take one of those, quick little guys that Jared Goff likes, like Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp. It's interesting. And to see where it still falls on the priority list in the draft. I think that move actually moves that linebacker up just a little bit, dog. What you think, LL?
I agree with that last point exactly. I didn't necessarily want to take a wide receiver that high. I wouldn't have been mad because there's a lot of good wide receivers, but I didn't want to. But yeah, I'm hoping that this pushes the need for wide receiver back just a little bit, and it's a lot of good ones out there, so we'll still be able to get a serviceable one that could help us this year, but definitely one that could come in and develop in the later rounds. So I like it. I was excited when I saw that. I thought that with DJ Chark would mean Kaliff Raymond will be out the door. So I'm glad to see that he's coming back. And honestly, I heard everything that everybody said, even though, every DJ Chark is probably going to have a feature or a different, a bigger role in this offense. I kind of hope Kaliff Raymond has the exact same role in this offense that he did last year. I thought that he was pretty damn good. Y'all's boy just need to figure it out just a little bit. We bringing over these wide receivers and all these wide receiver in the draft talk. What if y'all's friend don't trust him or he's not familiar and then he just misses ass for 9 games in the season and we got to have
that got corrected, LL, because as you see, he came into a better place.
As he got comfortable with those receivers, right? So I'm saying he ain't gonna be comfortable until they come to the door.
I don't think it was just that though.
That y'all tried to use for him. However it goes,
I think that it was. I think it was coaching. I think it was what he was asked to do last year. I think that second half of the season they had him more under center. They didn't have him in the shotgun all year, like Anthony Lynn did have him.
Let y'all tell it.
I'm not a Jared Goff apologist. He sucked. He sucked the beginning of the season. He sucked hard at the beginning of the season. I can't sit there and say he didn't because he was missing people. People were running wide open down the damn field, and he was just like, okay, throwing the ball away on 4th down.
Get a game away at the end of the season. You remember that? It was a couple of times where he tried to give.
Yeah, I mean, he's not. He's that serviceable bridge quarterback that we need in Detroit until we get the guys that we. I sit on this bandwagon that I would say this. We're getting what we want until we can get who we want. That's always jersey. Go be a man. Hell no, I would never rock no 16. Not the kid, brother. All right, definitely. But I do like the signing, bringing Kaliff Raymond back, man. Definitely. Hey, if you want to get yourself some Prowl Nation gear, go over to linesontheprowlshop.com. I'm rocking that what up no on a Wednesday. So it's what up with those Wednesdays, how we do it. Shout out to Woodward guys over there. But you know how it goes, man. We really appreciate you right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Now it's time for us to zip our lip and see what you had to say about yesterday's show. It's the comment cards, baby. First up, we got Tony Haven said, man, these signings since are nice. DJ and re-signing Charles Harris. I really agree with that. You got some people who don't, but I like the DJ Chark signing just because of the fact that it's a projected and with a ceiling, and it's only a 1-year deal. So if you don't work out, you can be gone real quick, brother.
Right. Mike and Chris G says Tracy Walker looked like he did as a promising rookie until Patricia threw him in the doghouse. 2 years from now, he will be at least a Pro Bowler. Anzalone 1 year, good signing. Excellent pass coverage, which we haven't had in the linebacker since I can't remember. We are picking a number 2. We have to get an impact player like Parsons, one of the edge rushers or Hamilton or a bruising linebacker. Took out the Watson comments earlier. Sorry.
Yeah. His comment was too long. I had to break out. I had to cut it down.
You put that. Okay. Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah.
So I agree. I'm really excited for the draft, man. I'm really looking forward to the draft.
Me too. Turner C. What's up, Turner? Turner C. Burley says, it's hard for a team to build chemistry when your best players are counting the dates they can get out of Detroit. Yeah, that I think we changed that though, man. Signing Tracy Walker gives us a chance to mold our players into a unit, and that is I think what this whole free agency period has been. The Lions just trying to keep those players intact that showed promise from last year. So yeah, man, we feel it.
Yeah, you can't build through the draft if you let the players that were good on your team, even though it wasn't a great season, but the good players need to stay and the other players need to go. You can't let your good players out the door and get better.
Right.
All right. Jake Skolis, now this is from Facebook, says minimal risk signing. You talking about DJ Chark? He said Allen Robinson wants to back AKA Kirk money. Way too risky. I believe that as well. Allen Robinson, not saying he's not a good receiver. He's a little long in the tooth. And I think that you want a guy who has if you sign a guy like Chark, man, you can, like I said, you can let him go quicker than you can Allen Robinson because he's going to want a longer contract with big money. That's just me. He's looking for a longer deal. He ain't looking for a 1 year proven deal. He's looking to to get that ching, baby. And we don't have that in Detroit right now.
Yeah,
right.
Like that boy from Memphis. He want that big bag. He
want that. He trying to be like Ramsey a few years ago and back that Brinks truck up to the facility. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, good luck with that, Allen Robinson. Tyler Black, this one is also from Facebook, said, the draft got some good wide receivers. I want to draft Drake Jackson, who was St. Brown's teammate at USC.
Drake London?
Also
yeah.
He said Drake Jackson. I don't.
Yeah.
Is it Drake London? Well, yeah,
Drake London.
Yeah. Sorry. And both of those guys is out of USC, so that's on me. I should have been able to make that correction. But who is also a diehard Lions fan? I didn't know that he was, or maybe I do remember.
Yeah, he's a Lions fan.
Being a diehard Lions fan. So, but that means that we have to draft him. Probably we have to do some stuff to get him, and I don't know if we should be doing that.
He's gonna be at the end of the first round. So yeah.
Okay. Valerie Bordeaux, what's up, Val? This is from Facebook. She's our resident Lion hater. What's up, Val? She says, so y'all still need receiver help? Good luck with that. We still do need a receiver. I don't know if this came before or after the Chark signing.
It came after. This is after the signing.
Okay. So also there's basically she poking fun. She's trying to basically talk about Jay Chisel, like LL talking about Jay Chisel. You know what?
She wanted us to sign Allen Robinson instead of Chark.
I don't want Allen Robinson. His knees might start hurting halfway through the season, man. So I don't. Nah, man, I'm good with that. I'm good with that, bro. You're not getting no $17 million a year and then pull a Kenny Galladay. No, brother.
Man,
you know what though? And sometimes I would say this. I'm saying this is Allen Robinson because I can't equate him to a Charles Rogers, right? But sometimes it's not good to play for your hometown team. Sometimes it's good to be away from where you're from.
Good point.
Yeah.
I just wish we could have probably brought him back on the for a really cheap deal, but we know that's not happening.
No, he getting that big bag.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Thank everybody for those. Oh, go ahead.
That dude, he want a rolling suitcase when he come from his signing. He wanted the bags that he could be dragging behind him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He wants something he can hook up a trailer to. Yeah.
Good luck. I don't know if he's gonna get that from anybody either, though. But thank everybody for those comments. Of course, leave us comments throughout the show. Of course, respond to the family discussion topic, and we'll pick 6 of them to go on to the next show. But sliding from there on to everybody's favorite segment, and that is the Dessert with your man Curt. What do you have for us today, Curt?
Dessert with your man Curt is brought to you by Delightful Bites Custom Cookies and Desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Go over to the link on Facebook.com. It's in the description, or you can email her directly for your dessert orders at delightfulbites18@gmail.com. Delightful Bites. Get your cookie on. All right, the Lions pick up 3 compensatory picks for the draft. Man, so that leaves them now between 8 and 10. If there's two 7-round picks that are kind of like, what do you call that? They're trying to make sure that they were conditional picks. So they have to work out to see if they're going to get them. So right now we have a solid 8 picks. But the good news with those compensatory picks is that now we have 5 picks in the top 100. Man, that is some good news, man, right there. You can do a lot. You can get some good. You can get 5 starters in the top 100. I'm just saying you can. That's possible to do. You can get 5 starters in the top 100. So you're looking at that. I'm liking what's going on with the draft. So, so you know, I know some of the exodus last year is paying off because we got 3 compensatory picks in Detroit this season that's going to help us build this team going forward. So go ahead and do your thing, Brad Holmes, man. We watching you. We want to see what you're doing, what you're going to work with those 5 picks in the top 100. Man, that gives you some leeway to kind of make some trades and everything else. Trade back, trade up, and do a whole bunch of things in this coming draft.
Maybe if we could see it fit to part with y'all's friends.
Nah.
Every last one of them 5 picks in that top 100, and Jared Goff and Jefferson Avenue for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen, man. He tripping, man. He didn't even give the. We're not one of the teams. Detroit wasn't one of those teams that he gave permission for to talk to the Texans.
We ain't tried it yet. The Atlanta wasn't either, but they just tossed their hat in the ring. We need to do something.
Yeah, that boy going to New Orleans, man. He going to New Orleans.
Ain't gonna happen.
You know what? We're gonna get another 3rd round pick next year as soon as somebody pick up Trey Flowers.
Yeah, so, definitely.
Because Trey Flowers had that big bag when he came in. So maybe Matt Patricia's overpaying Trey Flowers to come back, man. We'll get another 3rd pick next year.
Yeah,
3rd
maybe.
round pick.
But that's your Dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. Delightful Bites. Get your cookie on. Now it's time to take a walk on over to that wall of fame, baby. First up, we got my man Midwest Lion in the building. We got Brian Stover. What's up, man? Sage Roberts are in the building for the bronze members. Shano the Insano and Bob Korowski. Man, shout out to Doug Prince 72 for hanging out in the bronze members wall of fame. Silver members, we got my man Nomas J, man. Go check that content out over there, man. If you like the Pistons, go over there and check out Nomas J, man. He has a great YouTube channel that does great Pistons coverage. Batman of the 313 is in the building. John Martin, and we got Gold Lions. And for our Gold members, the Gold members meeting is today, 3 p.m. And come and hang out with Michael Huck. The Tornado is in the building. The Lion or the Hopeful is holding it down. Miles Gibbs, Randall Flag 606, just in the D. We know we got Mr. Rough and Raw himself, North End Ken, and the Dr. Detroit. He is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click that join now button down in the description. Man, we're going to have so much fun today, man. So if you want to check us out and go some behind the scenes, check out the Gold Members Meeting today if you are a member of that group. Now it's time for final thoughts for today's show, man. Like I said, hey, but it is a full week of shows. So we will have a show tomorrow on Thursday. It's a full week of shows. We're going to, keep rounding out this first wave of free agency coverage right here on Detroit Lions and the Prowl. So make sure you check us out. Final thoughts for today's show, my man LL. What you got, brother?
Shout out to the Lions, man. I'm glad. I'm liking what you're doing. I'm liking what it's looking like. It's going in the direction that we all hope that it would have had for some of us our whole lifetime. So finish the job. We ain't done. It's just really the beginning, like the tippity top of the big, or the beginning of the very beginning of the of going forward. So let's just make sure that going forward is good. I had something else to say, but I forgot. Have a great Wednesday. The Gold members. I won't be in again today, but shout out to y'all, man. I know y'all gonna have a lot of fun in there. Mention my name a couple of times, say some crazy stuff, and hate on Jared Goff for me in my absence. Dollar Coney Day, maybe in y'all hood, get you some.
So I just want to say, my news for today is be on the lookout because Michigan fans, Lions fans, that Wolver Lion is coming soon.
Okay.
It's coming very soon to Detroit Lions on the Prowl shop. So if you are a Michigan Wolverine and a Detroit Lions fan, that Wolver Lion logo is on its way. So hey, be ready for that. We servicing the Wolverine Lion fans out here. So I know it's a lot of y'all surfacing. So be ready because that thing is
fire. Okay, All right, y'all. All right, so you know what a day it is. It's hump day, baby. Final thoughts for today's show. For some of the negative Nancy Lions fans, I got one thing for you to say. You cannot get rid of the whole team from last year, and that's how you build a team. You can't get rid of everybody. Oh, we bringing back all these players that were on a 3-13 team. You got to bring back the good players because you can't have success if you get rid of everybody and just rebuild. That's not how a build is done. You keep the core players, the foundational players that were good on your team, and you move forward. You got to keep some of those guys on the roster. You just can't interchangeable because a team full of rookies is going to be definitely a losing team. You can't just have a team full of rookies and we just build off the draft. Period. That's not how you build off the draft. You bring in rookies with key veteran players that earn a spot. These guys that we're re-signing earn a spot in the team. So knock it off, guys. You really, really don't get it. So you must don't know how football or building the team works. I'm just saying, take it for what it's worth. You can come at me if you want to. My link, all of us to follow the crew right here. You can see the links right here on the screen. Follow the crew. If you want to get at me, my Twitter handle, my Facebook handle, my Instagram handle is all right there on that graphic. So, you know what I'm saying? Like my man say, get at me, dog. Hey, but what's that saying? Be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. All right, man. Thank you for joining us today, man. We love you right here on Detroit Lions on the Proud Nation family. We love you being here. Hey, it's time for you to do what? Finish your drink. When crumbs off your face. Before you do that, finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Coach Mike, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon. We love you, Jim.